I entered my junior year of college with a fire in my chest and a crystal clear map of destiny. The NFL. Just 10 games left. 10 more games, and everything I had bled and fought for would finally take shape. I wrote it on my mirror. I taped it on my dorm wall. I even scribbled NFL inside my cleats like I was running straight into fate. From age 7 to 20, my entire life revolved around a football. No off days, no parties, no, I'll do it later. I was up at 4 a.m., running drills, training until 10 at night. I tossed a ball at the ceiling just to learn 10 different ways to catch it. I envisioned interceptions, game-winning tackles, crowd roars. It wasn't a hobby. It was belief. It was a calling. Then came the game. A small team. A minor matchup. 2 minutes left. A routine tackle. I'd made that move 1,000 times. But this time I hit, and everything stopped. Not like a misstep. Not like a stumble. Like someone flipped a switch and my body shut down. No feeling. No movement. I tried to stand. Nothing. My teammates yelled, "Get up, Ink, we need you." But I couldn't. They loaded me onto a stretcher, rushed me off the field. I saw my dad in the stands, the man who taught me to fight for everything. I tried to smile. "Dad, that was a clean hit, right?" He didn't answer right away. His eyes were red. "Yeah, son, but this one's bad." And then the doctor said the words I'll never forget. "We've got to operate now. If we don't, you won't make it through the night." Wait, what? This morning I was running sprints and planning to buy my mom a house. Now, I might die. Emergency surgery, a long night. I woke up with a paralyzed right arm. My football career, over. My lifelong dream, gone. Everything I believed was my destiny, vanished like smoke. I wish I could tell you I understood it all in that moment. That I smiled and said, "God works in mysterious ways." But no, I broke. I wept. I wrestled. I felt humiliated. I felt like I had failed my childhood, my family, my neighborhood that pinned their hope on me. I laid in that hospital room thinking, "Ink, you blew it." And then, in the silence, God began to speak. Not with thunder, not with a booming voice, but with a weighty stillness. He didn't say, "You'll play again." He didn't say, "I'll heal your arm." Instead, he asked, "If I don't give you what you want, will you still trust me?" That question shattered my entire worldview. I used to think faith meant believing things would go my way, that if I prayed long enough, worked hard enough, did right, God would deliver. But true faith doesn't begin with getting. True faith begins when you've lost everything and can still say, "I trust you anyway." Not long after, I stood backstage at my first speaking engagement. No cleats, no stadium lights, but the same fire burned inside. I was nervous. I stepped forward, and I told my story. Not about triumph, but about collapse. Not about a dream coming true, but about a dream being ripped away. And what I discovered afterward, I was still alive, and I still had purpose. Later, ESPN called. "Inky, if you hadn't been injured, you'd be in the NFL by now. Don't you regret it?" I smiled. What if I told you that because of that injury, my father gave his life to Christ? What if I told you that 3 of my closest teammates, first-round draft picks, transformed their lives because they watched me not quit? What if I told you thousands of students, people in pain, saw hope through my scars? Would you still call it a loss? I'm not here to give a hero story. I'm here to ask you one question. What will you do if God says no? We all know how to respond when prayers are answered, when doors open, when miracles happen. But what about when everything falls apart? When the test results say cancer, when the phone rings with bad news, when the one you love walks away? Then what? Will you still believe? See, people around you don't need a sermon. They need to see one. They don't need you to quote scripture. They need to see you live scripture. They need to watch you walk through fire with a flame still burning in your soul. So, what I leave you with today isn't a lesson, it's a challenge. When the feeling fades, will you keep your commitment? Everyone is bold at the start. Everyone's on fire for Jesus in the beginning. But then, the winds shift. Money dries up. Opportunities vanish. Dreams crash. And the real question rises. Are you truly committed? Commitment isn't doing the right thing when it's easy. It's staying faithful when every emotion has left. When the arm won't lift. When the dream can't be saved. When the path disappears. My right arm still doesn't move. But my faith has never been stronger. I used to think I needed the NFL to live a life of value. Now I know. I need God to live a life of purpose. And if just one person looks at my life and says, if he can still believe, then so can I. Then nothing I lost was really lost. I left that stadium with a broken body. But today, I step on this stage with an unbreakable heart. Don't let life make you forget why you started. Don't let failure steal your voice. And never forget, when God says no, it's not the end. It's a divine detour, leading you right where you belong.